Alright, reminder first. Yeah, record yourself playing number one from last time, and this way you can visually see where things are lining up within your click, within the whole 16th note subdivision coordinates in the DAW. So hopefully that proves to be helpful, nice and eye-opening. And let's hit number one now. So I like to count this as going 6-5-5. So what I mean by that is you're strumming this chord 6 times, you strum this one 5 times, you strum this one 5 times. So as I get going faster, I'll count it that way. It makes it a little easier for me. In the slow speeds, I'll typically just count all the 16th notes and emphasize what it is I'm strumming. Such as this, 60 beats per minute. Number one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Alright, let's go to 80. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try 140. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wrong chord. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 2, 4, 5. And why not? Let's try 160. No guarantees. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Felt pretty good. Alright, number 2, working up the minor scale. Alright, so in the beginning, the slow speeds, I primarily use my thumb as the main driver for me. If you use your wrist, that's totally fine, but I'm just going to describe what I end up doing and then kind of point out when things start to change for me. So, at these slower speeds, I am definitely making a point to only hit the string that I'm playing on. So pick slanting can come into play now. So I don't remember if we've talked much about that. I don't remember if you are familiar with the concept or not. But hey, let's just go over it anyway. So basically, right now the pick is parallel to the guitar. So if I take, I'll put it this way, so pick's parallel to the guitar like this. If I tilt the butt of the pick down like this, that's referred to as downward slanting. If I tilt the butt of the pick up like this, it's referred to upward slanting. So basically, remember that if you do like a palm mute type position, and you can see the inside of your hand, that's downward slanting. And then if you go the other way to where you can't see the inside of your hand, and you just see the back of your hand, that's referred to as upward slanting. The fastest type of picking you can ever do has to be with an upward slant, so this way you can get your arm muscles more involved here. When I'm playing at that speed, you see this guy, the brachioradialis, and my triceps just light up. And this part of my hand is anchored on the body of the guitar as a pivot point. But that's getting into the crazy ass fast speeds. So we'll get into that. We'll get more into that in a moment. So at the slow speeds, because we're leaving or changing strings after an upstroke, what I'll end up doing, even though I'm usually in an upward slant, is at the slow speeds I will, on the final stroke, before changing a string, my arm will kind of do this little thing. This way, on that upstroke, when you pick up, the pick is coming up away from the guitar. So let's say I'm holding this downward slant here. So when I pick down, I think of it like it's a line going back and forth, like a diagonal line going down into the guitar and away. So with the downward slant position, and I didn't make these terms up, I'm just going off of what is now the proper, or the popular way of describing these things. Anyway, sometimes I think this should be called like an upward pick slant, because the point of the pick is sticking up, but we look at it as the butt of the pick going down. Anyway, so with the downward slant position, when you pick down, you go in towards the guitar. And when you pick up, you come away from it. Like that. With the upward slant, when you pick down, you pick away from the guitar, and then when you pick up, you come in towards the guitar. So, problem with that is after you've done an upstroke, let's say on the A string, well now that upstroke has put me in between the E and the A string. So that means if I'm going to be in an upward slant here, and I'm going from the A string after an upstroke, I have to mute things over here and end up hitting both the A and the D string going to that. So when I get to the really fast stuff, that's what I'm doing, because there's no way I can go from this slant position to this, like past 200 beats per minute. Anyway, so yeah, at the slow speeds, you'll see my arm do this little quick twitch thing. So this way I'm getting from here, and then go into that other pick slant position. So this way I'm not going to hit the string I'm leaving when I go to the new string. So hopefully as I demonstrate this stuff, it'll make more sense. 60 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. $90. 1, 2, 3, 4. $120. 1, 2, 3, 4. So still got a lot of thumb action going on. A little bit more wrist coming in now. Sometimes, I mean, I can do the 120. Do it with just the thumb motion if I concentrate on it. Alright, 150. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So a bit more wrist action happening now. So as I get faster, the bigger muscle groups start to turn on in order to help the smaller muscle groups. So as you progress, the most important thing is making sure it sounds good. Because if it sounds good, then you're on the right track. Just allow your fingers, your hand, your arm, allow them to do what they want to do to hit the speed you're trying to hit. A mistake a lot of people will make is they try and force certain movements or mechanics when their body is like really trying not to do it. Just kind of allow and observe what is happening to hit the higher speeds, because it's going to change from going slow to medium to fast, and it's going to change at different speeds for everybody. So let's go to 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely much more wrist helping out there now. Here it is at 200. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely starting to touch the adjacent strings more. So the left hand over here, it's got to do a really good job of muting adjacent strings. So this way, as you're going really fast, we'll do 250 to demonstrate. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm definitely hitting those other strings there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And why not? Let's give it 300 to go so you can just see what I do when I'm playing at my faster speeds. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So anyway, that first one was better. But yeah, as you get faster, the mechanics of what your right hand does will change. And then the muting becomes more and more important with the left hand as you go faster and faster, because once you get up to your top speeds, you're gonna be hitting adjacent strings. There's just no way around it. And it's okay to do. Perfectly fine, it's okay. Some people think you're never allowed to touch the adjacent string because you're not playing a note on it. To hell with that. It's the same thing as like strumming chords like this, I think. It's like, you know, you're just muting the other string so this way you can strum a lot bigger. As long as you hear the notes you want to hear, who cares? That's the most important thing, if it sounds good. Alright, so if you have any questions with this, please let me know, and I'll see you again next week.